Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. It is said that war is politics with bloodshed, but politics is war without bloodshed. It is a game of numbers, but it is much more than that. A complex combination of age, articulation, personality, propaganda, and wealth can make a stout difference. Therefore, politics is also a game of the mind, especially in a heterogeneous democracies. In politics, politicians do not work hard. They work smartly to beat their opponents. And that's why Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party has chosen Tim Walz, sitting governor of the state of Minnesota. Let's have a look.
Feel that excitement. Fire that feeling. We're going to win this son. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's Friday Night Lights. Thank you all. Thank you, Madam Vice President, for the trust you put in me, but maybe more so, thank you for bringing back the joy. I'm thrilled to be on this journey with you and Doug, this incredible journey.
That was exciting. The governor in his 60s seemed to have great enthusiasm and verve. Expectedly, the Republican Donald Trump is not quite startled by Harris' selection. Trump said, and I quote, "Historically, the vice president in terms of election does not have any impact. You have 2 or 3 days where there is a lot of commotion as to, like you have in the Democratic side, who is going to be, and then it all dies down. And that is all about the presidential pick," end of quote. Trump was simply saying that past elections in the United States were always about the presidential candidates, not their running mates. He made this statement as he also referred to J.D. Vance, a 40-year-old political neophyte from Ohio, whom Trump chose as running mate.
It is a policy choice to defund the police, which is what Kamala Harris wants to do. It is a policy choice to open up the American southern border and allow migrant criminals to come into this community and make it less safe. It is a policy choice to not deport people, to suspend deportations, which is what Kamala Harris did. And I heard just earlier about a criminal who was deported from this community, who came back in and then raped an 11-year-old girl just in the past couple of months. I'm the father of a 2-year-old girl. I cannot imagine having a government that cares so little about you that they're letting people who come into our communities get deported and come back in, and then they rape our children. That is a policy choice of Kamala Harris to suspend deportations and let somebody like that into our community.
Mr. Vance himself has not escaped being run down by Harris. Look what she said about the young man.
Hey everyone, so Donald Trump has picked his new running mate, J.D. Vance. Trump looked for someone he knew would be a rubber stamp for his extreme agenda, and make no mistake, J.D. Vance will be loyal only to Trump, not to our country. And unlike Mike Pence, Vance said he would have carried out Trump's plan to overturn the 2020 election. He supports a national abortion ban and voted against protecting IVF. And if elected, he will help implement the Extreme Project 2025 plan for a second Trump term, which would target critical programs like Head Start and Medicare. But we are not going to let that happen.
Attacks and counterattacks, right? Of course, it's a normal in every democracy. But let me enlighten you more on the real gist. The US election has embraced a new trajectory in modern times. In 2008 presidential election, the Republican Barack Obama, a black man, adopted Joe Biden, a white man, as running mate. And they defeated Democratic John McCain and Sarah Palin, both white men. In 2016 elections, Trump ran a white candidacy with Mike Pence, and they defeated Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine, all white. And in 2019, Biden shared a black-white candidacy with Harris, and they clutched victory over Trump's white-white measure. Now, a new election is on the pipeline, and this twist might just continue. You have Harris and Walz, black and white, and then you have Trump and Vance, white and white. Harris has come to grips with this fact that the United States is a multiracial society, that Having an unbalanced candidacy is just a political suicide. On the part of Trump, he might think that the racist, sexist, and patriarchal climate of the American society would root for him. Is Trump operating under self-delusion? Only time will tell.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
The joy that you're bringing back to the country, the enthusiasm that's out there, it'll be a privilege to take this with you across the country.
Well, let me tell you, I have just the utmost respect for you. I have really enjoyed our work together. You understand our country. You have dedicated yourself to our country in so many different and beautiful ways. And we're going to do this. We're going to win. And we're going to unify our country and remind everyone that we are fighting for the future for everyone. So let's get out there and get this done, okay?
Let's do it. Do the work in front of us. Let's win this thing.
That's right. All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Very much. Appreciate your being here. Just a statement before I talk about debates. I think that our country is right now in the most dangerous position it's ever been in from an economic standpoint, from a safety standpoint. Both gangs on the street and, frankly, gangs outside of our country in the form of other countries that are, frankly, very powerful. They're very powerful countries, and we don't know what we're doing. We have leadership that has no clue how to handle them or how to handle any other situation. We have a lot of bad things coming up. You could end up in a depression of the 1929 variety, which would be a devastating thing. Took many years, took decades to recover from it. And we're very close to that, and we're very close to a world war. In my opinion, we're very close to a world war. We have people that don't know how to handle it. They're not respected. All over the world, they're laughed at. And we can't have that. Most dangerous period of time I've ever seen for our country. With that being said, we have somebody that hasn't received one vote for president, and she's running, and that's fine with me. But we were given Joe Biden, and now we're given somebody else. And I think, frankly, I'd rather be running against the somebody else. But that was their choice. They decided to do that because Kamala's record is horrible. She's a radical left person at a level that nobody's seen. She picked a radical left man that is, he's got things done that he has positions that are just not, it's not even possible to believe that they exist. He's going for things that nobody's ever even heard of. Heavy into the transgender world, heavy into lots of different worlds having to do with safety. He doesn't want to have borders. He doesn't want to have walls. He doesn't want to have any form of safety for our country. He doesn't mind people coming in from prisons, and neither does she, I guess, because she's not, she couldn't care less. She's the border czar. By the way, she was the border czar 100%. And all of a sudden, for the last few weeks, she's not the border czar anymore, like nobody ever said it. And I just hope that the media becomes more diligent, more honest, frankly, because if they're not going to be honest, it's going to be much tougher to bring our country back. We have a very, very sick country right now. You saw the other day with the stock market crashing. That was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse, in my opinion. And fortunately, we've had some very good polls over the last fairly short period of time. Rasmussen came out today. We're substantially leading, and others came out today that we're leading, and in some cases substantially. I guess MSNBC came out, or CNBC came out also with a poll that was, has us leading, and leading fairly big in swing states. In some polls, I'm leading very big in swing states because they want safety. People want safety. They want security. They want respect all around the world for our country. They don't want this horrible culture that is developing, a culture of no common sense. It's really a culture of no common sense, and it's not what anyone wants. We want to have a safe country. We want to have a strong military. We want low interest rates, and we want to be able to have the American dream. We want to be able to have our youth be able to buy homes, housing, get good jobs. And we're really just at the opposite right now. It's so sad to see. But as a border czar, she's been the worst border czar in history, in the world history. I think the number is 20 million, but whether it's 15 or 20, it's numbers that nobody's ever heard before. 20 million people came over the border during the Biden-Harris administration. 20 million people, and it could be very much higher than that. Nobody really knows what the number is. Nobody knows. Nobody has a clue. And the gotaways, they call them the gotaways. The gotaways are at numbers. Somebody was quizzing me on it the other day. No, I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. They have no idea what those numbers are, but they're much higher than you would think. Just like far more people were killed in the Ukraine-Russia war than you ever report. Just like the October 7th would have never happened. Russia would have never hit Ukraine had the election result been called differently. It was a very bad call, but Russia would not have attacked Ukraine. October 7th in Israel would have never happened. You wouldn't have inflation. A lot of great things would have happened, but now you have millions and millions of dead people, and you have people dying financially because they can't buy bacon, they can't buy food, they can't buy groceries, they can't do anything. And they're living horribly in our country right now.
I'm Toshku Raphael Ogwabaka, speaking for the diaspora digital media. Thank you.